So this is a very short workshop, and we'll have a series of workshops where you explore various features of Thunkable, but of course not all. Some aspect is up to you to actually to go and explore. So this is a small workshop, it's a guided project, a small business app. So sometimes, all of you may also start your own business app, selling tudongs, or you want to sell some food, or you want to say have your own shirts or things like that. You start off small business, right? So this app is somehow a very, very simple app, but the looks and the layout of it looks kind of nice on how you add certain features to it. So this is a small business app, we call it, and this is a very simple website app with a branding screen and also a social media bar that opens a link to a user install app that works across platforms. So basically this has two elements. It has a branding screen. So branding screen is where you try to upload your latest products, and the screen when you launch the app, the branding screen is where your new arrivals or things like that will flash, and then it will go to your homepage, your website homepage. And of course, bottom there, we also leave an option for a social media bar. If you have Instagram, they can actually click and follow us on Instagram, that kind of option. Very, very simple. And of course, important thing, if you are creating such apps, then you should only link to a website that you are the owner or permission to include. Of course, for now, we simply will just take some website and we will just put. But if you're really doing a business, then don't take someone else and put it in. So make sure that it's your website and things like that. So in terms of design, this app will be having two screens. Screen one is where we're going to use the splash screen. That's where we're going to display your latest products, or the branding screen we call it. And screen two is the web viewer and also the social media bar. If you have Instagram, how they can actually put a button there so they can follow you on Instagram. Very, very simple. By the looks of it, it looks nice. So screen 1 and screen 2. Everyone ready? So let's go to Thunkable. Okay, so we are in Thunkable. So we're going to create a new app. So click on create a new app. So this one, you can name it as My Small Business App. Wait, this is too small, right? Let me increase. This is better? A little bit more bigger. Some more bigger. Oops. Okay. This is better? Okay. So you can name whatever name that you want. So make sure that, of course, this is public. You can't do anything about that. Don't check this. Make sure you leave it unchecked. All right. Then you click on create. Oops, sorry. Need to put the category. Let's put this category under business. Then we can create. So now you have the empty screen. So remember that we are actually going to have two screens, right? We're going to have the splash screen, and we're going to have another one is the home screen. So on top here, on the screen portion, you're able to see the plus sign, right? So when you click on plus, it says select a screen, so you're selecting a blank screen, so you click next. So now you see you have two screens. Everyone okay? So let's rename the screen. So let's click on screen 1 and you'll be able to see the property of screen 1 here. So let's rename this to intro, our intro page. So the intro, click enter, so you change this intro. Then click on screen 2. So this one will be our home page, so we can maybe name it as home. So rename it as home. So now we have intro and then we have home. So you can see both of this in the component tree. Everyone okay up to this point? So what we're going to do in the intro screen is first we want to include a background picture. Of course, later on these pictures could be the pictures of your product. So what we want to do is first when you launch the app, you're going to put in some image there, right? So let's go search for some image. Search la new dress design, whatever. Dress design means all female only coming. Oh, men clothing, huh? Indian somehow is giving. So you all can actually search whatever that you want. Okay, I have something here, right? No, not necessarily the business has to be a clothing or things like that. It could be anything. Just for the sake of let's say, what is this? Okay, maybe I'm just going to just for the sake of education, I'm just going to take someone else's picture. Let's see a full picture of people. Okay, bad. So I'm going to copy the image address or whichever image that you want to copy. Then you're going to put it here. Right. Everyone done with the image? This is your intro page. Okay, at the same time, you can actually launch on your Thunkable Live app to see how it looks like. Where is it? Feel free to add whatever picture that you want. So mine looks like this, right? When it actually opens. So you can actually check. So the background picture resize mode, we want it to contain. So when you do contain, it becomes like this. But if you do cover, then the whole screen becomes full. So it depends on your presentation, how you want to your image to be presented. It's up to you how you want it to be. Sometimes what happens when you cover is maybe some portion of the design can't be seen, right? It depends on the picture. So can I mind for the sake of example, you can use contain for now. So the others all you don't have to kachau lah. Just can leave it. You all manage to see in your app. All okay so far? That's a simple thing. You're just putting in your first image. Then when you open app, this is what the first image that will be there. Is everyone okay? Can we go to the some effects part? So let's go to blocks. So here under blocks, what we're going to do is that we're going to create a variable list, and each of this list will contain a different set of images. So under the intro or the splash screen, we can see these images, they'll keep on changing. The image keep on changing. So in order for us to create a variable, so we need to look at the function, the built-in function variable. So there is an option to initialize an app variable. Okay, so drag this and drop it here. So this is an app variable, so you don't have to, we have not learned about stored and cloud variables yet. So now we are using the app variable. So app variable means when the variable, all of you are learning C programming, right? Programming. So you have learned about variables and also constants. So variable is something that can actually, like a container, it holds certain value that you can change. So app variable means the variable only exists during the duration of the app. As long as you're using the app, but you close, the variable get destroyed. So we can assign a variable name to it. So this one we can actually name it as image list. Let's put as image list. Why? Because this variable is going to hold the image list. So we're going to have an image list. So we want to have several image in the list. List means there's a lot of list 1, 2, 3 like that, right? So we want to assign this variable image list. Currently, if you do like this variable is only one variable, right? But if you want to have a few lists, then you can actually add the list. So the list comes under the existing function list. So do you see the first one? There is this list, right? So you use this and put it here. So this one, oh, no mind, just leave it. Currently this list is actually the blue in color, this is number, but we want to have a string, we want to have a text because we want to include the image URL. So let's go to text. You can see this is the empty text. So take and put it here. So this one you need to throw away. So this one can duplicate. Duplicate. Let's say if you want to add one more picture, what do? There is this settings icon, right? So if you click on this, you can actually add the items. Then it brings up. Or if you don't want, remove it, put it back here, it reduce back. Or if you want to reduce, you can do that, it reduce. Okay. Now why we are interested in using the empty text is because remember in this image here, you're actually, for the background picture, you're using the image URL, right? The link. So that's why in the blocks we want to use the text string, not numbers. So now what do? That's the first picture that you have, right? Then you want to change it with some other pictures. So choose some other pictures. choose another picture, select copy the image address, go back here and paste it here. So paste the URL link. So you have 3 options, so take and put lah. Copy image address. Sorry. So now you have image a variable, which is the name of the variable is image list, and it consists a list of 3 image URL. Now this list all have numbers, The list 0, 1, 2 like that. So next, let's create another variable. I'm going to create another variable. Sorry. This is also an app variable, but we name it as image number. Image number. And this image number has to be a numerical value. So therefore we're going to use the math, and we're going to initialize the variable image number to 0 first. Everyone okay up to this point? Now, in our design, we already have the first image that appears. Then in the blocks, we have 3 separate other images, right? Now, we want the images to turn, shift, right, to splash. So in order to activate that action, we are going to use, we go back to design, we're going to use a component known as timer. The set timer. Where is the timer? Yes. Under the sensors, there is this timer, right? Drag and drop the timer into your screen. So you can see the timer there. So the timer, you want to enable the loops, you want to go and you want to enable the timer. There is this interval, how fast that you want this. 5 seconds sometimes is a bit too long. So you can change to milliseconds, so we can make it as 2500 milliseconds. This is how many seconds? 2500 milliseconds, how many seconds? 2.5 seconds. So it's a bit fast, 2.5. But if you feel if it's too fast for you, you can always change the second, or you want people to take your own sweet time and see the images one by one, then you can set a longer time. But just for the sake, we are going to set as 2.5 second, which is 2500 milliseconds, and you want to enable the loops and also make sure the timer is enabled, otherwise the timer won't work. Aaron, okay? Let's go to the blocks now. So now you can see there's a function of timer here, right? So now click on this timer. There is this option when timer 1 fires. Fires means when the time is up, what do you want it to do? After 2.5 seconds is up, what do you want it to do? After 2.5 seconds, every 2.5 seconds it will fire, right? It will give the trigger. What do you want it to do? So let's select this and put it here. So when the timer fires, we want to actually randomly display the images. That means each time when you open the app, the sequence won't be the same. The picture, how it comes, always will change because randomly it does. And after it shows all this image, what we want to do, we want it to go to our home page. For example, that's how we want to set it. Okay, show off first some design, then go to your website, your business website, your home page. So for that, we want to include, because we have such control, we want to actually randomly display this the branding, and then we want it to go to our home page. So therefore, we need to use control option. We want to use the if, and then we want to do, and then use else. If, do, else. So why we are having this if, do, else is here under the if, we want to check first for the app variable. Actually here how many images we have? 3, right? And we actually set the image number to 0. So each time whenever we increase by 1, that means how many times you want to show the picture? Actually there's 3, so you can show 3, right? But the sequence of how we're going to come, we're going to use the random operator, so this picture can come any one of the 3. So as long as, so here we want to check if this variable have not is less or equal to 3, then we want it to do what? We want it to splash, we want it to show the images. If done showing all the 3 images, then else you go to the home screen. So that is the logical sequence that we are actually thinking. So here we want to use a comparison option, that we want to check whether is the value of variable image number, is it less or equal to 3. So this less or equals is what operation? So it is logical operation, right? The option to see whether less or equal. So you have this less or equal. You can actually change also, so no problem. So take and put it here first. This one you can actually change, less or equal, right? So here is you want to put in a value, which, so we need to go to math, drag and drop the math. So let's set this as 3. And here what we want to put? We want to put the variable. So if you click on variables, you'll automatically you'll see app variable image list, app variable image number. Which one we want to use? Image number, right? I'll put it here. Hey, what's happening? If app variable image number is less or equal to 3, then what do you do? You can maybe we can make it 2 lah. So at least we'll have one image for surprise, something different. Oh, because it's starting from 0, right? Yeah, we should make it 2. Because 0, 1, 2. So if f, because initially we set it into 0, and when the timer fires, it's going to check how many times have you showed the image. Now it's currently 0. So if it's less or equal to 2, then what you should do? Now you want to actually display these images. So there's 2 things that you want to do. One is you want to increase the app variable by 1, because you're going to show the first image already, right? And then you want to actually set the background image into any one of this URL. So what we can do, the first thing, okay, maybe we want to set the intro background also, no problem. So intro background is intro. So intro is our page, right? It's our page background. So do you see set? Yes. Set intro background picture. The whole idea is we want to change the background picture, right? So we're going to use this one, set. So this one, sorry, set intros background picture to. So basically we want to assign it to the app variable image list, right? So this one has a number 0, 1, 2 like that. But we want to choose it randomly. So if you want to choose it randomly, if we go to logic, is it logic or no? I think it's math. Oh, sorry, wait, it's under list. Yeah, correct. This one. You can choose a random item from a list. So this is under list because you want to choose a random item from the list. So you're going to use this. So take this and put it here. So this one, random item of list. This one you can actually remove from a list. But what is the name of the list variable? What's the name of the list variable that we want to take the random items from? Image list. So if you go under the variable, do you see that app variable image list? So you can drag it here, put it here. Are you able to understand the flow that we are doing? You all have any questions up to this point? So what we have done so far is we have created a variable image list which consists a list of image. Image number 0, image number 1, image number 2. Okay, that's one thing, one variable. And then we have also created a variable image number just to indicate how many times the number has been shown. So when the timer 1 fires, we set it 2.5 seconds, right? So what you'll do, you'll check if the app variable image number is it less or equal to 2. Currently it's 0, right? So yes, the condition fulfilled. So it will do what it will do. It will set the intro screen. This is intro, right? Background picture to random item. It will choose a random item from where? From the app variable image list. So it will choose a random item from here. At the same time, what we need to do, we also now we have already shown one image, so you need to increase the image number by 1. So you go to variable, you're going to use the set variable. But is the variable correct? Is this the variable that we want to increase the number? No, it is actually image number, right? So if you drop down, you can actually see like one. So what we want to do, we want to add 1 to the image number to show that one image has already been shown. So that is logic operation. We are going to, oh sorry, that is not logic operation. Oh no, can. There is this, sorry. One change to, oh, okay, this one don't have the, sorry, my bad. It's under maths. Yeah. We're going to take this and put it here. So we are going to set the variable number to a new value. What is the new value? App variable image number plus 1. So this one we need to change, right? Not 0, we need to choose the app variable image number. Put it here. This is correct. So what this line is doing, you are going to set the app variable image number to a new value. What is the new value? The current variable image number plus 1. What is the current image number value? 0. So plus 1 now becomes 1, right? So in the next time it fires, it'll check. Is it less or equal to 2? Yes, 1 is still less or equal to 2. Then it will change again the background image. Then it will plus 1. Now it becomes 2. 5 years again. 2, is it less or equal to 2? Yes, correct. So it will set again the background image, then it will pass 1. Now becomes 3. Then it will go back 5 years again. Is 3 less or equal than 2? No. So it will go to else. Else is where you want to go to the home screen. Boleh? So under the else here, we want to navigate to the home screen. So navigate comes under control. So if you click under control option, control, there is this option navigate. You want to navigate to next page. Navigate. This is navigate. So under else you put navigate. This is you want to navigate to home screen. And once you're in the home screen, you don't want the timer to keep on firing. So you need to make sure that now you turn off the timer loop to false. Don't allow the timer to loop. So you go to timer 1. There is set timer loop. Yeah, set timer 1's loop. And this one we want to set it to actually false. So that means you off the timer. Because once the timer is only for the first splash screen, right? You want to actually work. Can you test in your app if it is changing or not? Fine. Let's see. Are we able to preview? That it should be previewing like this. Yeah? Sure. So you should preview the shirts and then are you all able to get your screen changing? Then of course you'll go to the home page which is widescreen only lah. So if you want to change the interval or things like that, you can actually change to make it fast on how fast it actually will turn. So always the first image comes up first, and then you see the other images just comes up randomly, right? And then it'll go to the home page which is still empty for now. Everyone okay? So this is under timer. Later you can actually explore with the interval and things like that. Now let's go to home. Orang dapat ke tak dapat ni? Okay. So let's go to home. So home is where your home page is, your website, right? So for this, we're going to add one component which is known as the web viewer. Web viewer. So if you click on the question marks, with the web viewer content, you can open up any website within your apps to display. So that means you don't have to go out of the app. The app inside, you can actually see your web viewer. So what you do, you drag and drop your web viewer. Okay, so web viewer, let's say, just for the sake of, okay, this one just example only. Let's say I'm just going to use the Shopee. The Shopee URL. The URL, let's put it here. So web viewer, when you actually put it in, Shopee refused to connect. Are you able to get your URL? It refused to connect. Shopee wire. Let's take some other page. Pardini also refused to connect. Phone is appearing, right? So maybe the preview here is not showing, but in your phone, are you able to see? Yes, right. So how it looks, you're able to see the entire. Sorry, can't show it here. Blah. Yeah.
Find the time.
Yeah, because you when you create the new project, you shouldn't uncheck. It says now your this thing is different. Can you search under the timer? That's now the timer there.
That time
Timer what?
input. Yeah.
Right, that's one. So that's why just now I told when you create the new project, told you not to uncheck. If you check the box, that's why you're unable to see. So that's why your layout is different. So that's why I said don't check the box.
Oh, okay.
Create a new project.
Okay. Okay.
So are you able to see the pages are unresponsive? Pull up. So when you add the web viewer, you are able to see the screen on your apps, right? Yeah, you can see the whole web there. Sorry, couldn't. It's not showing here under the preview. Technician ada. So this one, currently it's the height and also the width is actually filling the container. So the width, maybe what we can do is towards the end, we want to allow some space here to click on the option, okay, follow us on Insta, for example. So let's see on the height. So let's say 80%. 80% seems good. So there's some option here, right, at the bottom. So here we want to add two elements, two components. One is the label. We want to write follow us on. Then we want to have a Insta button. So which means we want to put the components side by side. Now when you drag and drop component, it always goes one on top another. It doesn't give side by side. So if you want side by side, you have to use the layout option. So you can see this is the row horizontal container that allows you to position components side by side. Keep side by side. So we're going to use this row component. We're going to add it here. So when you add it here, it seems like it is going above the web viewer, right? The component tree. So what you do, you drag the component web viewer above the row. So automatically the web viewer will be on top and the row will be below. And this row height, we can actually make fit contents for now. We can change the height as fit contents. Later we can actually enlarge the content. Or you can actually set is a relative size. 20 is big. Let's see if we put 15. Okay lah. 20. 20 is just nice. Or maybe 10 lah. Later we can change lah. So this one allows you to put components side by side. So we want to put two components side by side. So the first component is a label. Where's the label? Label. So you drag the label. Yes, sure. put it in, label comes in. So you can see that the label comes under the row element, right? Label 1. And then we want to include a button next to it. So drag. So you can see you are trying to add the button next to it. Say it is actually you are able to put side by side, but I want the button to be on this side. So the label you can drag, above the button. So it comes like this. So when you click on the label, you want to change the text. You can put as follow us on. You can use follow us on, and the button now. The button you can actually change the name as Insta button, for example. Insta button. So remember earlier in our previous workshop, we actually changed that button into a logo. So we can actually remove this. We don't need a text. So let us include a background picture. So let us search for Instagram logo. So you can choose any Instagram logo. So we're going to copy the image address and put it here. Background color. Thing wrong with the source. Let me just check back. It was too big. Copy image address. Go back. And paste it here. Okay, so now we have the image there. So let's play with the size and see. Let's see fit content can. Fit content with also fit content. Change the size. It's too big. Let's put fit content also. This one fill container. So we can add some margin on the left. 20 is too big, so 10. So you can see at the home page and the bottom there, you can see follow us on Insta. So this is a button now. So when you click on this button, you're supposed to go to some other page, right? So for that, are you all done up to this point? there is this page, and then at the bottom you'll see follow us, and there's the Insta button. So this is the label, so this is the button. So when you click on button, you're supposed to go to your Insta page. But for that you need to assign the blocks. So if you go under the Insta button, so when Insta button is clicked, what you want to do, let's see, yeah. So when Insta button is clicked, then you go to control, there is an option to open a link. So you can open any link. So click here. So now when you click this button, it will go to the Thunkable page. So this link you can actually change. So are you able to click on the button? But it'll open the, when you click on it, but it'll go to Thunkable link. So you have to change the link under the block. So here is where you can actually put any other website or your Insta page. By right, it's supposed to be your Insta page, right? Are you able to get it? So you can see, and then you can able to see the follow us on Insta. So the web viewer actually gives you the full scrolling features of a web when you're actually using the web viewer. So when you click on the button, then it brings you to Thunkable site, right? So that's the way of you invoking. So here you have, in one day, you have your own business app that you have actually created.